hard because when you want someone and that dynamic isn't working out, the heart still wants what the heart wants, or the attachments are still there. And so it can be difficult to fully let go of the hope of things turning around, of the hope that they'll finally see, or you'll find, you know, what things will finally change. But you've finally done that, or at least you're definitely getting there. You're on the road there. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands in reverse, and you have me, Luz Lumire. Welcome to the Luz Lumire Channel. Welcome to Damn Near Everyday Love Readings. And this reading is to whom it may concern. Somebody who you finally reached a moment, or at least the tail end of the moment, the tail end of a connection that has been living rent-free in your system, in your being. I know for some of you watching this, you're on that journey, you're on that path, you want to see what's next, you want to see what's coming, right? It's you've finally given up on this long-time love, this long-time dynamic, this long-time person for good. It feels different. It feels different this time. And we're going to be looking at who that letting go is opening up for. Who you letting go of this craziness that you've been through with this person, how that letting go of that, what has it yielded? Like who was behind letting go of that? As in who's coming once you let go of that? What's around the corner once you let go of that? Before we get into that, we're looking at a little bit about where you've been and what you've been through. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands. I'm no longer making a choice, deciding, thinking in two minds about something. I know what it is that I want, and I don't want to be here anymore. Two of Swords, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This garden no longer bears fruit for me. It's no longer worth. This is selling, okay? This is even moving jobs. This is transferring, not locations, but like transferring departments. Yeah, sure, locations as well. This is switching, even moving. Two of Swords, definitely getting someone moving to an entire different city, and an entirely different state, an entirely different country, entirely different area, just because the fact that you've been holding on to this person's been in your head, and you've moved in a way that has catered to the return of this person or the patching of the dynamic. You finally loosened yourself from that. And you're entering into a place of now thinking for yourself and your benefit, not for the benefit of this dynamic with this person. Hopefully this can giving it more time, giving it more energy, right? You're now moving in the direction, and have been for a while actually, slowly moving in the direction of what's for you. You're no longer tamed and tethered. You're now really looking at, oh, actually the sky is the limit, right? My options, my moves. Why didn't I do this sooner? Why didn't I apply to jobs in this other sector, or this other department, or this transfer, or in a different field, in a different state, country, city, whatever? Why didn't I do that? And you might be wondering, gosh, why didn't I do this? You might be saying to yourself, you have been probably saying to yourself, why didn't I do this sooner? It's because you were tied to something so deep in you that you didn't realize that you were acting from a space of preserving a relationship that was on the way to death. That wasn't for you. Or at least the form that it wasn't for you. Queen of Wands, you're finally being set free. You're finally being set loose. You're making sort of erratic, unhinged decisions, but they're really not, right? People might be like, oh, you've changed. And even you might go, oh, that's not something I would do or desire, but that's because you've changed, you've shifted, you're letting loose, you're letting your hair down. And boy, there was a lot in that hair. There was a lot in that hair, period. Let's look at what happens next. Now that you've reached this point of freedom, now that you've reached this point of graduation, of moving through, who is around the corner? What is available to you now? The Four of Swords in reverse. Heck yeah. The Ace of Swords, absolutely. The High Priestess in reverse. Salvador Dali and Buckminster Fuller. Okay. I love the Four of Swords because the Four of Swords is a beautiful softening to that Queen of Wands energy, right? You may have been crazy, okay? Like you may have been doing things that because of this sort of like, I mean, this is me being super extra, but because of being so distraught over a dynamic that wasn't making sense, it just made you go mad. Right? It made you become Medusa snakes, except those snakes were in your own head and even in your actions and what you were doing and who you were pushing away and who you were pushing close and the actions that you were taking to just feel something different or feel close to them or just the erratic, the craziness, right? That you were going through is now quelled, but it's still there. You still don't have this tethered together crown. It's just now I feel like what's around the corner is an energy where the part of you that needed to be woken up, the part of you that has been laying dormant because of, maintaining this connection, because of the energy of this connection is waking up. And it's giving, it's right. I mean, obviously the Four of Swords is in a sarcophagus, but it's giving like I'm literally hearing the grating noise of the tombstone, stone on stone rubbing as the lid of the tombstone is opening. That like that's not even the good sound. It's like this like gravel on gravel. Can I make it? I can't. I can't. And that sound means something. Something has happened, something has taken place, and there's a resurrection. There's that part of you that was sleeping, that part of you that maybe wasn't even nurtured. I mean, with the Four of Swords, it probably existed at some point, but that part of you that you laid to bed is waking up and coming out. It wants to live. It wants to be in the world, living, thriving. And that's a beautiful thing with the Ace of Swords. Even then, you have this like sword. This is the before tarot. You have this, wait, what is so before about this? Oh, his hands are pointed out. I love it. The sword is being pulled out of the stone. Hello? It's not been adorned, right? Spirit lives in the house of Lumiere. Spirit lives in the illumination. And I say that because it does. And I also say that because literally you don't have your crown on. And in the before tarot, the Ace of Swords, it does not have its crown or wreath on. You're being not even formed or shaped. It's almost, I don't even want to say reborn because we're not seeing judgment energy here. We're seeing an energy where like iron sharpens iron, like you're sharper. The sword being moved probably creates sparks of fire, right? That Queen of Fire, excuse me. You're waking up and it's a really beautiful energy. Luz, what does this have to do with the person? I don't know, but we're getting there. I did have a feeling this would be more to do about you. So let's get in through this energy and then I'll shuffle to see who is coming towards you. Right? And actually, now that I say that, thank you, Spirit. It really is giving someone who may have, right, the energy of a person who was laid dormant. Right? Someone who, maybe for some of you, someone who was waiting in the wings in your real world. Right? Someone who you're familiar with, but because you were dealing with somebody you didn't open yourself up to. But for others of you, someone who they themselves have just sort of been existing is now sort of coming out of the stone, like the sword, and waking up from their own slumber because the energy is shifted in such a way that you two can now move towards each other in a way that is a lot more fruitful. I think I was saying something about iron sharpening iron with the sword and the stone, right? It is notoriously known, like to sharpen a knife, you can just carve it against the stone to sharpen the edge of it. And this is a stone, this is a sword that being in the rock is gonna be sharpened. Could be dulled too by being pushed into the rock, but the fact that it's coming out, it's being sharpened. There is some bite to this though. There is some bite to this sword. It's giving, like, there's something that I really noticed back in the day when I was a freshman in college. A lot of people having that freedom of leaving home, they became so wild, unhinged, like a Queen of Wands energy. They just became untethered and did whatever they wanted. So you could be entering into a phase where for a period of time, depending on who you are, you may just want to be getting it in with people. That's very not Ace of Swords, but this movement of removing and going in, removing and going in the stone and sharpening that saw, sharpening that tool, almost like making up for lost time, making up for lost living, and like feelings, right? And feeling something. There's this sort of like element to that is destructive yet sharpening, yet like formative in some way. This also could be the person coming towards you, like what's around. I don't know. I think perhaps maybe that's how you meet. Perhaps it's something that is perhaps you meet in some learning environment, some helpful learning environment. Yeah, there's something about that. High Priestess is crazy. She's in the reverse too. And I feel like she's paving way for your feelings to be felt, for your fire to be felt, for your fire to be seen. The person that you may be meeting around the corner, if I was to characterize this reading so far, would be somebody who is heavy air. Okay? All these are swords energies. The High Priestess to me very much gives me air energy. I'm not sure if that's her actual thing, but it's giving Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's giving me the energies of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Yeah. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The High Priestess herself is, wow, Cancer. Listen, my mouth slipped and Spirit was like, no, baby girl, that is what it is. It is Cancer. I didn't know that. I didn't know that like the High Priestess was Cancer. The High Priestess really gives me Aquarius energies. I digress. Yeah, so you're getting that, but I'm getting Aquarius. So it could be sometime between the season of Cancer and Aquarius season. So what months are those? What is that? June? Let me see. You may be meeting this person somewhere in the, I don't know, June's, early July's or something like that to January, Feb, somewhere there. Salvador Dali, never make an appearance without controversy. Tap the unconscious and pray it isn't boring. Being Dali is inspiration enough. This is like literal wildness. Like, this is an unhinged, you know what's around the corner for you? Someone who you don't expect, really. You're going to be attracted or attracting people who you don't expect, who aren't your norm. And honestly, thank goodness, because your norm has not served you. Point blank. Your norm has not served you, and I think your norm has also been kind of skewed in what you deserve or what you can enjoy or what you can have. You feel me? Furthermore, you are also going to be different. Like, you are changing and like fundamentally being sort of very different in your energies and how you approach. Salvador Dali was crazy, right? His art was crazy. The High Priestess in reverse, that's a little crazy. The Queen of Wands in reverse, that's crazy. The Four of Swords in reverse, it's giving a little bit crazy. The Ace of Swords coming out of the stone, not tethered, right? Not put with a sword, and not put with the crown or the wreath. It's giving a manic sort of energy. in a way that is very interesting to watch. And then we have Buckminster Fuller. That's a name. Live to serve, serve to solve. Invent the words by which to live your life. Great heights are best seen from your lowest point. The sharpening of a sword. The thing is, this is so unhinged, but there's also something calming about it. I just feel like you're trying to find your authentic self. And like I was saying with the college example, did I even finish that? In college, what I saw was people wilded out. They were free, they were untethered, and so they wilded out. They drank excessively, they started smoking, they didn't go to class because who's really watching, who really cares? And a lot of people had to drop out or were put on probation because their grades suffered. There were consequences to that wilding out. And so what usually happens, I've noticed, when like people go into a certain field, whether it's like anything that you branch off from what you used to be, right? Like I know somebody who I suppose saw herself as a doormat, went into therapy to stand up for herself, and she just became just a bitch. Okay, she's 16. She was tough to be around because everything small was just met with such fire. It's like, yo. But over the years, she eventually tapered out, right? She eventually reached an equilibrium. Same thing as what I'm seeing here. This is an energy of somebody who's coming towards you, what energy you're going to be in, really more so, and maybe them. It's an energy that's going to invite them and an energy that's going to make you see them and give them a chance or have them be attractive to you is being born from you being slightly unhinged, from you being not your norm. But there is a quelling here. It's not so crazy. Four of Swords doesn't give me so crazy, right? It gives me like a burst of energy to some degree. Burst is maybe even a bit wild. And then a tapering down. So that's kind of nice. What I really want to know is like, honestly, like who's coming your way? Like, please. Who's around the corner? Tell me more about the personality. This is very air, very cerebral with Buckminster. Very cerebral with Buckminster, very creative with Salvador Dali, and also like very like heady. So this is very much like a Cancer. Wow. Honestly, it could be a Cancer. Listen, woof. It could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm just gonna put that out there. Shoot. But it also could really be someone who is, or you could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's so big. Jesus Christ. Somebody who maybe you met during Cancer season, or I don't know. But it's giving air energies. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. All right, who's coming? Now that my person watching this is free, who is coming? 10 of Pentacles, somebody more stable. Listen, when I say Spirit lives in the house of Lumiere, Spirit lives in the house of Lumiere. This is the King of Swords. This is the King of Swords, okay? Who is coming? Someone who... And the Hangman is water energy. Is it Gemini and then Cancer? So this person could be like a Gemini Cancer cusp. You could meet this person perhaps during that season. Don't know. You could meet this person around birthday. Somebody's birthday. Your birthday, their birthday. Something like that. Like the turning points in life. You could meet this person, or this person could be so related to, again, the Hangman is water energy, like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I think it's Pisces. I think it's Piscean energy. I'll have to check. Let me look in the book here. But I digress. The Hanged Man is also this I'm coming out. So whomever's coming towards you is someone who can relate to the energy that you're coming from. Now, whether or not they've gone through the same exact thing that you have, or they've graduated from that, or they're recently coming, something like that. They relate to you, but the kind of relation that I'm getting here is the relation where they can hold space for that and you can hold space for them as well. That's what I'm like really getting. Like energetically, it just seems like this person gets it. Okay? That's the Hanged Man here. The Hanged Man is also someone who is open, free. And I mean, look at this. Like, this person is literally up, like, their, their hands are up, right? Like, this is someone who's just given themselves up to the world. And it really does feel like someone who is in the midst of Neptunian change. Just heavy change. Neptune is an outer planet. Those planets move so much slower because they're so far away and the like from the sun. I feel like this person has grown a lot and they themselves are different from who they used to be. And so I think, if anything, perhaps they relate to you because perhaps they've been the person who you've left. And they're maybe the graduated version of the person who you've just dismissed yourself from, right? The person who your energy has said goodbye to. The Hangman is really giving that Queen of Wands energy, this Four of Swords energy of like open, unhinged, letting the world show, just following intuition, doing whatever the waves guide. The King of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. This is someone who is very like heady. This is someone who's smart. This is someone who is intellectual. This is someone who definitely has water and air placements. Please, please. And you could be that as well. And I think you could connect on those cerebral levels. This person could be low-key spiritual in a non-spiritual way. What do I mean? This is somebody who wouldn't call themselves spiritual. You would call yourself spiritual because you're watching this. But they wouldn't call themselves spiritual, but they have those principles, certain spiritual principles of what goes around comes around. That's not really right. They could be like, oh, you know, when I write in my journal, like usually it comes true. And you could be like, yeah, that's manifesting. Like, yeah, that's a form of like prayer and petition. Like, that's a form of, you know, these things. Like, you can know them in their spiritual definitions, but this person sort of knows them as just things that they've seen are a thing that exists in life, but they may not be in the tooth of all the fairy, right? So this person is ready to receive you. That's really beautiful. As you can see, this King Arthur sword in the stone being given to King Arthur. King Arthur. Love that. You see? The same hand that's taking the sword that's been sharpening it will be opening this. I think this person will also, here's the thing, put you in your place. This person will put you in your place. How you reacted to that is normal. Because what does that even mean, Luz Lumire? Yeah, what that means is, what is your place? What is your place? Is your place being understood? Is your place being shut down? Is your place being corrected? Is your place being, I don't know. This person will put you in your place in those ways. So if you're still raw, which you may be, right? If you're still operating from the wounding and the ramifications of the previous connections that you were in, this person will stop that, will shut it down, right? So if you try to come at this person crazy because you think that, because you're in your head, you're reliving what has happened before and it's coming up, it's being triggered, this person will put you in your place. With the King of Swords, they will be stern, right? They will be solid. And depending on their personality, they'll either be strict, they'll either be, I don't know, kind about it, they'll either be soft with it, right? King of Swords knows their tongue. They may let you have your moment, wait for you to finish, and hit you with the, are you done? And you go, excuse me? And they'll go, are you done? That'll be you, speechless. Oh, what? And then they'll say, this is what's not going to happen between us. Da 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 da. I am not da 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 da, and you are not da 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 da, and we will not da 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 da, and I will not participate in da 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 da. moment of silence for that. Okay? If you are crying, if you're not coming at them crazy and instead you're crying because something happened, it's more maybe an energy of that same "are you done" energy is more so like them correcting your course. Them saying, "You're better than this. Why are you..." Like, it, listen, this person means business, okay? And I think it would be calling you to see yourself as more than a victim of circumstance. To see yourself more than someone who has been subjugated to things, but to put you back in the driver's seat of your life. This person will assist you in that. And the thing is, there is King of Cups energy here, just because of all this water, right? All this water. And because this person, I think, has the ability to see and also digest and sort of speak on the truth of the matter, it'll be softer than we think, but it'll be stern. Okay, I'm not sure if my example was... I think my example was pretty good. I think you can have that in a soft way. I've had to do this with people in my life where it's like, no, it's largely been in friendships and even relationships, I think. I just forgot. Where I really just stand my ground and I kind of go, listen, no. Yeah, I definitely did this. I'm remembering now in relationships and certain dynamics with friends where it's like, I'm not that person. Don't look at me like that. This isn't that. And we evolve, right? We get into this Ten of Pentacles energy where they go, oh shit, that's right. You're not that person. You're not these people. So let me not act out and push you away and push our dynamic away. Whereas others, not so much. Right? And for someone to do that, for someone to stand up and say, no, listen, this isn't what this is, that's someone who cares. Someone who lets it fly and lets it go is, yes, someone who's scared, but also someone who... it's a different way of fighting for that relationship, to be able to confront things. That's beautiful. Ten of Pentacles is wonderful. The type of person coming towards you could be solid, right? The type of person towards you is more stable than the previous one. They're more stable and they're thinking more long term. This person around the corner is thinking more long term. Period. Tell me about this Hanged Man energy about this person. Please. Please. Knight of Cups. They're open to love. They're open to love. How does that feel, to be with someone who's actually open to love? Page of Pentacles. How would that feel? How would that actually feel? To my Lumi watching this, like, how would that actually feel to be with someone that, oh my God, isn't running away from you? Someone who's actually open to love. Someone who not only accepts the love, but is looking for it. Is looking for love. Someone who maybe once upon a time was not, and now are seeing the value in it and see that value in you. It's giving, what are you going to do about it? As in you watching this right now, what are you going to do about it? How will you act when you are in the presence of something that you wanted, which is somebody that actually wants you and somebody that actually wants to go deep and far with you? And you're also into them. How will that be for you? So having said that, I want to pull guidance for you, because I think that'll be the biggest hurdle, really. Because what's coming towards you, what's coming at the end of you finally letting go of the person that just wasn't for you, or the person that isn't conforming, is being with somebody who wants to be with you, wants to do the work of relationship. Someone who's a deep thinker, someone who's maybe a little bit more quiet, but also loud, right? Someone who is watching you. Someone who will watch you and will, I don't want to say dissect, but aim to understand you for themselves. and be able to look beyond what you're doing. But baby girl, and I call everybody girl, you don't want to be doing so much that you push someone away that's good, that you like, because you're operating from the wounds of the past. And we do this in relationships, friendships, family ships, co-workerships, right? We start transposing, oh, this happened here, so this person, let me do it before they do it. It's like, no, not all the time, right? Like, we have certain habits that, coping mechanisms even, that we have to challenge in the face of what we desire. And you will be challenged. So let's get you sorted, though. I want you to get some guidance on how best you can sort yourself out as this person comes towards you, and as you go towards them, to give you the best chance at not being super triggered because something good is happening. 42, Persephone. Well, I'll put her upright, but she came up in the alignment. Okay, Persephone is here with a message of alignment. That's the reverse position. She's here to align you, and that's actually, that's exactly it, right? Because I'm getting an energy of you, my viewer, my Lumi, watching this, that I'm not saying you're gonna mess it up. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I am seeing that you will be faced with the residue of what you've been through and how you've had to be in order to cope with what you've been through, and how those things have become a part of you, and how those things will be coming out in this dynamic with this person. And while this person will be able to see beyond that, to the degree that they will be able to, and be able to sort of like move you to in a better direction, I also don't want you to fuck it up. And neither does Spirit, especially with Persephone coming out in the alignment. We're here to get you lined up. All right? Inexperience. Persephone is about that inexperience. So the goddess Persephone was forced to pay a high price as restitution for what she thought were innocent actions, right? You won't, that's the thing, like your coping mechanisms, that's what I keep saying, like they just come out of you and you don't notice you're doing that, or you do, but you think it's so normal because you were doing that before. And it's like this person to go, hey, no, are you done? And again, not in a way that is cruel, but in a way that is stern, quite honestly, to get you to think about what you're doing and how you're doing it and how you're presenting, and how that doesn't have to be like that. It's honestly really beautiful, because it doesn't have to be in this, are you done, like this person is a totalitarian or anything. No. And I think if that's a reaction you're having, because baby girl, that's a reaction I'm having a little bit, it's kind of beautiful because it makes you know you can trust this person. This is someone who will give you the not the hot and the cold, but there's a deck, the So Below deck. In there, the King of Cups is comforting a crying friend, and that's the energy that I'm seeing here. It's that energy of the King of Cups, or I think it's the Queen. It's the King of Cups being present to the emotions that you're feeling, but then also checking you in those emotions and inspiring you to check yourself and go, oh yeah, actually, wait, no. Today she is a wiser goddess and is encouraging you to stop what you're doing and pay attention to the red flags. Don't take a bite of the forbidden fruit unless you're willing to pay the price. The alignment task offered to you by Persephone is simple. If you feel unsure in any way about what is being offered to you, step back and ask, do I have enough knowledge and strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead? If the answer is yes, jump in. If the answer is no, consider the wisdom of waiting. For this or something better now manifests for you in divine timing. Don't fall for seduction. It won't be worth the price. So as it relates to this reading, this energy that's coming towards you, I think being able to check yourself before you wreck yourself will be great. And being able to express your desires and your wants and needs will also be good, and not expressing them in a way that is unnecessary, but in a way that is a little bit more mature than you would have in the past. And if you don't know what they are, being able to say, I need time to think about this, or I need time to myself. I think there's a lot here to unpack in that guidance, to be honest with you. I think it says a lot about what's coming your way and what you'll need to deal with. This is somebody who may be even overcompensating, right? Overcompensating, where maybe you had a partner before who wasn't paying attention to you, and now you have a partner who is paying attention to you, but you also have your job, your life, your friends, your family, and it's exhausting to give this person the time because you're scared to say no, because it's such a hot commodity for you to have somebody who's willing to spend time with you. You know what I mean? Like those nuances of, I didn't have this before, I don't want to lose it. And so you don't say no and take time for yourself or take time for other things. And that takes you to a place of feeling overwhelmed. And that comes out in different ways. There's just a lot here that I'm really picking up on. But I hope that this helped. I hope that this served you. I was here yesterday, and I'm also going to be here tomorrow because we're doing damn near every day readings, love readings, and I hope this served you, to whomever this concerned. And I'll see you next time. Okay, keep your light on, good luck, and if you'd like a private reading, the information for that is in the description box below. I'll see you next time, like tomorrow. Bye.